guys, what is going on? RedMaster here, and welcome back to an episode of Cards and Castles TV commentary. Now, before we jump into this, I do kind of want to let you guys know, you haven't yet, well, kind of obvious here if you looked on the channel lately. Yes, there's been a lot of similar content, a lot of TV commentaries coming out. Pretty much every other video is a TV commentary, and I know some of you might be unhappy with that, but unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of energy or time at the moment to sit down and produce another sort of obviously I can get another hidden combos out hopefully soon. That's what my plan is. Maybe we're ranked with Red over this upcoming weekend. But yeah, August has been a tricky month in terms of free time and stuff like that. So I do hopefully want to ask if you guys, if you don't mind the TV commentaries for a bit longer. I will be getting some more ranked with Reds and hidden combos up on the channel shortly, but just in case, because I know I've been doing this for a little while now, putting kind of one video TV commentary, another video TV commentary, kind of making a bit of a repetitive pattern here. I just kind of want to preface that real quickly before we jump into it, that I do plan on making some more of the other videos soon, but unfortunately time is not on my side, so I'm kind of sticking to TV commentaries. They are quick to produce, and of course you guys seem to enjoy the gameplay featured on here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into our opening matchup here and see what this TV commentary brings for us today. Alright, and first up is going to be Tweakin taking on UnhlpfulYoda. As we can see, both rocking the same color combo. So we'll see what goes down. We'll see what each player decides to pull out in this matchup here. Now, we see Yoda's opening hand, just as a quick observation here. Talabos. Interesting to see here, considering that haven't really seen a lot of the seen a lot of this boy. Now, Lifesteal, of course, is a very dangerous ability, and early on it can be a bit troublesome, so, I can see that being in there. And Matty in his hand, also a great way to sacrifice into a Talabos without using a valuable unit, so we'll see how that goes for him. Meanwhile, we don't know what's going on Tweakin's side, and Yoda, unfortunately, going to have to pass his first turn. Same with Tweakin, it looks like. So Yoda going to start this game off by summoning the Elvish Thief. Not bad. Not bad, of course. A pretty standard opening move for some pirates. Meanwhile, Tweakin representing with Hassan City Guard, Medal of Bravery, plus a Fear. Okay, now, of course, it is a good use of the Fear to push the Thief away, or else the Thief would have gotten some value off of those Hassan City Guards. But we have to wonder at least what Tweakin's up to with those guards. Usually not a card you see played too often. So we'll see. Maybe he's got some sort of sacrifice deck going. Of course, Kargrom exists, so maybe we'll see a bit of him. But anyway, going back to Yoda's turn, he will play that Matty, which will bring out, of course, a Mage Apprentice. Not the best, but not the worst you can get either. So overall, a pretty standard-ish pull for Yoda there. Fat Bard. I almost said Fard, as if it was going to mean something. Alright, so Fat Bard kind of brings in the surprise for the Hassan Cigars becoming more powerful, being able to trade much more easily, or at least send one into Elvish Thief without sending the other one. The other one, meanwhile, I think is going to hit Castle, right? Yes, he will. He will swipe at Castle, and of course he thinks he's safe, considering that Apprentice can only do 2 damage to the guard, and of course Matty has 0 attack, but we do see the armory in Yoda's hand, so we have to assume that's coming out. And with Lumberjack as a draw, that is going to be a good way for him, or at least for Yoda, to utilize that ramp that he got. So now he can not only play the armory, but also the Lumberjack to boot as well. So we'll see if he goes for draw here. We'll see the armory get played down there. We'll see the Apprentice go ahead take out the guard. So not opting for draw, he opts to keep that Lumberjack alive, maybe as for Talabos bait. We'll see. But anyway, back to Tweakin's turn. He brings out the Rat King. Alright, not bad. Honestly, with Yoda's tools as of now, can't get rid of the Rat King. I mean, doesn't have enough for Dragon's Fire, so we'll see how he handles it. I assume one's going to be a Talabos, yep. Talabos goes into, or at least trades for the Matty. Pulls another Talabos, though, out of that Lumberjack. And, of course, Mage Apprentice taking out the Rat King. Not bad at all. And Sunflower to boot. Might as well, of course, if he has the gold, I guess. And Sunflower, actually, not a bad target for Talabos as well, considering that he's got that Lifesteal, or not the Lifesteal, he's got that Last Will of exploding for 3. If he gets in the right place and Talabos sacks him, that's going to do a good 3 damage. But meanwhile, back to Tweakin turn, we do see another Fear being played on that Talabos. So Talabos gets pushed back. That opens up Mage Apprentice to get taken out by one of the rats. And of course, Hovel comes out, and the rats push forward, plus the Lumberjack as well. But that does line up quite well for some Dragon's Fire value, if I ever say so myself. Yep, there it is. Boom. And of course, every unit on Tweakin's board has been taken out. Excuse me, I think I had something in my throat a little bit there. But anyway, back to Tweakin now. He's going to get that hovel generator going. Of course, the one rat, lumberjack, plus Azarian cultist. All right, not bad. Plus another rat king, of course. All 5 of them coming out, or at least rat king plus 4 rats. Unfortunately, no dragon's fire here in Yoda's hand to capitalize on that value. But we see another rat king being played on Yoda's side. Plus Winds of the North, so pushing all those units back a couple spaces. I guess that's understandable. He doesn't want to kind of make any sort of unnecessary plays or unnecessary trades yet. He doesn't want to open himself up, so he does push back. Even though I think Winds of the North, I mean, it was from the Mage Apprentice, so he didn't really have control of getting it in the match, but I guess pushing his units back, giving him some more time, or at least that's what Yoda's doing. But we'll see how Tweakin responds. Sunflower going to go ahead and trade with the Lumberjack. Meanwhile, Talabos staying put. And, of course, the Hovel did get cut off as well. It's a nice little tidbit to add there, considering that the Rat King, plus these 2 rats blocked off the summoning spaces. The Hovel does not generate another rat, so I kind of, not going to lie, forgot about that. But that's okay. Let's see. Rat King trades into the Sunflower. I'm pretty sure a bunch of rats here are going to go into, or at least 2 of. Yeah, he can't get a 4th one to finish the job. Although Dragon Knight going to do the job for him. Takes out a rat, unfortunately, alongside the Dragon Knight. Not sure if he was aware of that, but unfortunate there. Another armor going to be the card to play, I guess, considering that Rat King did have upkeep too. Pretty much his play here went for the armory, so he's gonna see we'll see what he can do with it. He's gonna probably make a bunch of trades here, or at least take out a lot of rats. Not necessarily trades on his side. Okay, Talos opting to stay away from that rat. Not bad. So he is making a play for the Hovel here. We can pretty much see he's putting a lot of pressure on the Hovel. 2 rats, the Rat King, and Talabos all coming for that Hovel. We'll see how Tweakin responds, though. Dragon's Fire of his own. Alright, not bad. Not enough to really take out that Talabos, though, combined with the Lifesteal. Maybe he has a burn? Nope, that's another cultist. So, no, it doesn't necessarily have the burn for it, but Tweakin is in a good spot to take care of it if Talabos pushes up. Maddie coming out, plus another Talabos. Sacking the Maddie, of course, just like last time. So another healthy Talabos. Meanwhile, the weaker one in retreat. Southport Captain and Magic Eater looking to maybe take down one of the cultists. As you can see in the bottom there. Another fat bar from Tweakin's side. So a little stronger there. Plus Armory. Alright, things are really getting buffed now. Alright. He's in a good, well, at least Yoda's in a good position to take out one. Well, no, actually, never mind. He's not. So how does he move from here? Only with a captain. So we'll see what he does. Trades with 1 rat there. Another captain comes up. Might as well. It's what you got. Talabos and captain looking to push one of the hovels. Meanwhile, Tweakin pretty much has amassed the army of ranged back here. All 3 cultists in hand, or at least not cultists on board, I should say. They're going to do some work here. Of course, weakening the captain, taking out one of the rats. And of course moving up, plus Rally of the Town, not having enough space to summon the 3rd peasant, unfortunately, given the altar placement, but that's alright. Mordok, though, from Yoda, will he summon that now? Well, we'll see what he does. Trades 1 round at the bottom there, so that takes away any sort of Mordok food potential. Meanwhile, another one going to go ahead. So he's taking down a couple of cultists here, as you could see. Eater and Talabos working together here, plus the peasant kill will give Talabos no reason to worry, considering that he can just lifesteal that completely away. And then plus gets the Mordok out, which I assume he would. And how will Tweakin respond to this with only 1 card left in hand, you say? He's got Fat Bard. Gonna go ahead and shoot a couple things here. Of course, Rat plus Cultist takes down one of those Talaboses. But of course, it's going to lead to a Tweakin surrender. So, not bad from both sides. Tweakin did have a lot of good spawn potential here. I assume this deck was more based on spawn buffing. Of course, we saw the Altar, the Hovel, Rally, Rat King, a lot of armories and bards. So we can assume that Tweakin's is more based on the global buff aspect. Meanwhile, Yoda, interesting little sack potential there, or a little sack deck he's got. I don't know what is left in that deck. We just kind of see a lot of the same things. Talabos and Maddie probably, or at least the combo of Maddie and Talabos worked well. Did see a lot of Talabos primarily in this matchup here. Well, we have to wonder if there was any other sacrifice stuff that was working in here, maybe. Again, Kargoram could have been a good mix in to kind of another little layer to add into that, but only Yoda kind of knows that deck list. So with that being said, a strong win for Yoda in our opening matchup here. And let's move on to match number 2 and see if our next match can follow up this good opener. Alright, and our next match is going to be Tartan taking on Mirko Tejada. I'm going to say Mirko just to... Mirko? I don't know. If he's watching this, he might be giving me a pronunciation tip down in the comments below, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Tartan taking on Mirko. Looks to be, well, greed coming out of Mirko's side. Again, I'm going to butcher that severely as we go on in this matchup. Well, maybe not. I'm seeing Cleric, Bard, Miner, Dragon Crush. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Lumberjack from Tartan, though. No surprise as a opener from on that end. Mirko not able to respond, of course, not having the metal. So we'll see Tartan summon a Faithful Drake. Alright, not bad, not bad. Maybe a bit more of the dragons then, if we're seeing Faithful Drake. Honestly, be a bit surprising considering that we haven't seen a lot of Viking Crusader dragons as of late, but we'll see. Moving into the matchup here. Mirko's got some options. We got Dwarven Miner, we've got well, actually, we were able to play the Dwarven Miner last turn. Was he? Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, he was. I don't know, maybe he just forgot it existed in his hand. Weird. Anyway, Drake gonna come out now. Well, obviously we went over that, so we'll see. Back to Mirko's side. He's got 3 gold now. I assume Cleric's gonna come out, right? Yep, Cleric will come out, smack that Lumberjack, and will he get the heal on... Okay, he'll get the heal on Cleric. Beautiful. Honestly, it might have been better for him to get the heal on Castle, so that way Cleric could have maybe survived, because Faithful Drake only has that 2 attack. Barbarian, though, coming out from Tartan, that will actually disrupt Mirko a little bit. Cleric not able to make a clean trade with the Barbarian, so we'll armor up, trying to keep Cleric alive here. Although, with situations like we just saw there with that armory, it might have been better to put the Dragon Crush shield onto the Cleric. Armory does more damage, of course, when he's retaliating. But with the Dragon Crush shield, you do have you have more of a chance to survive outcomes like the armory, and that way you can get the heal off on Cleric and make sure that your unit is a little living a little longer. Hello, and plus you're getting draw off the Dragon Crush shield. So I don't know. We'll see if that decision was worth it in the end, though. We do see Cleric die, unfortunately, but he will get the heal on Castle, so that's a little fun tidbit right there for him. Meanwhile, Mirko is going to be able to get the Miner out here to deal with this to deal with the Barbarian. We'll see if he does that. Yep, we do see the Miner and Blacksmith combination. Although, honestly, it might have been better to sack the Blacksmith and then put the Miner into the Faithful Drake. Not sure if that was the intention and maybe misplayed it, but it would have cleared off everything from the board here and would have started both players fresh on 20 health and 1 armory apiece. But we'll see as the match goes on if that was the idea. Oh, there's a Lightning Blade. That's a big oof. That will put Mirko a bit behind here, in our, as we get into more of the mid-game stuff here. Cockatrice. Hi? I don't remember... Okay, well, Cockatrice, fantastic. He comes out now, gets the Dragon Crest shield on to avoid the discard. We'll see if Tartan's going to go ahead and offer more face damage, or if he gets rid of that Cockatrice. Goes for the Blacksmith with the help of the Dragon Temple, not bad there. Plus, he runs another Barbarian down, so looking to intercept that, or at least looking to block for the Barbarian. I don't know why it's an intercept, as if... I don't know. Anyway, Blacksmith's going to come out now. He's going to smack that Faithful Drake, yep, as we see there. Flux going to take the defensive position here. So Barbarian has an option. Will he hit the Flux or will he hit the Cockatrice? We will see momentarily. We'll see a Search for Truth, though, from Tartan. So again, pretty much at this point, if the Temple wasn't reinforcing enough, Tartan's running Dragons here. And of course, Barbarian going to go ahead and smack the Cockatrice. Will discard a Fat Bard, but draws a 1/9 Maddie thanks to the help of Dragon Crest Shield. Meanwhile, Mirko going to go ahead, some of the Dwarven Miner. That will chop away at the Barbarian. Now, this kind of confusing me a little bit here. Right there. He had the option to play Fat Bard and kind of kill off the Lumberjack, but he didn't really do that. And if he did do the... if he did power up Flux, it would have been able to, it would have been able to kill Lumberjack, forcing Tartan to take further action against it. So it's kind of a little confusing to me why he didn't power up with the Fat Bard, unless my idea was that maybe he wanted to take a gamble with the spells and see what he would have pulled out of there. We see a Dragon Sword for one of those spells. Meanwhile, Drake Dance for the other. So nothing really to get rid of that Lumberjack, which can do some damage here. Takes out the Maddie without really losing anything. Oh, there's a Temple. So that's actually going to be devastating for Mirko in the sense that Lumberjack hits Maddie right, and it goes ahead and takes out Flux without giving Mirko the other two spells. So, meanwhile, Tartan, of course, plays another Lumberjack and a Dragon Lore, so bound to be something big in his hand for the upcoming turn. We see a Witch Doctor plus Fat Bard coming out now, so of course, and with the Drake Dance, so he's going to be able to take rid of both of these Lumberjacks. Witch Doctor takes out the far one, meanwhile, Pyromancer comes up, takes out the weaker one. As you'll see momentarily, yep, there it is. Beautiful work there. But that does leave Mirko in trouble. No cards in hand and down 8 points of health, so we'll see what happens. Tartan, meanwhile, Green Drake plus Aeroth, so of course getting rid of that Pyromancer. Dragon Search again gets another Green Drake. That's not going to be good for our friend Mirko. And meanwhile, of course, Green Drake doing work here, taking out the Pyromancer. Aeroth taking out the Witch Doctor, whose last will gets rid of Fat Bard, and that leaves Mirko pretty much with an empty board here and only a question I to defend, and that is going to be game over in our second match here. So, a pretty dominating display by Tartan here for Dragons. Although I will say, at the watching this back, there were a couple of plays that Mirko could have certainly done differently. For one, powering up Flux enough to get rid of the Lumberjack to avoid that sort of temple play and would have forced more spells into his hand regardless. And of course, that minor in the minor in the early game wasn't really necessarily a mistake. He could have held on to that purposefully, but that's something to consider as well. So overall, not a bad way to showcase a second matchup here. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into our final matchup and see what that one has in store for us. All right, and for our final match, it will be kiebasypower taking on phatti. Little Viking Warlock, not Viking Warlock, hello, Viking Crusader taking on Viking Pirate. We'll see how the match goes on. We do see a couple interesting things in Phatti's hand. Saw guards, temples, swordsmen. Meanwhile, Kiebasy's going to start out with the Salahar Rider, so we can't really tell too much as of yet. So guard's going to go ahead and intercept that Salahar row, or at least one of them is going to intercept the Salahar Rider. We'll see what Kiebasy responds with. He'll kill one guard, snipes off a little bit from the tower, doesn't snipe off the guard yet, but plays the Faithful Drake, so possibly another Dragon deck coming out from Kiebasypower. Although phatti not being able to respond with a whole lot, considering his hand doesn't look super strong. Gonna give Kiebasy a little room here. Yep, ooh, there's a Dragon Temple. Alright, Dragon Temple not in the ideal space, but I guess that's alright. We do see him pushing a little bit of advantage. Phatti gonna go ahead with the Horseman now. That's gonna be a good pull for him. Doesn't get what he wants to, though. He needed to snipe off that bottom Drake here, or at least he needed to snipe off the Drake, so that way he would have been able to kill it and get rid of it. So looking like 4 damage coming on to Phatti's face right now from Faithful Drake and Lumberjack. Potentially more. Nope, that's an Ice Drake. Would have been a good Lightning Blade play. But in a second to go ahead and summon the Ice Drake plus a Salahar Soldier. So this kind of feels like a Drake sort of early game rush a little bit. You see the Salahar Soldier, the Rider as well. Temple from phatti, they're going to get to clear off the Faithful Drake and the Lumberjack. Not bad there. He does have another Horseman you see in his hand. Meanwhile, Kiebasy, they're going to go ahead and play a Temple of his own. So, of course, dealing 3 damage to the castle, bringing the game to 17 to 11. So, things moving fairly quickly in our opening matchup here. Or, not the opening matchup. I don't know. What matchup are we in? Match 3. Alright. Horse is going to go ahead and snipe the Dragon Temple. So, of course, the Ice Streak is a little weaker. Salahar Soldier trading with the Headless Horseman as well. So, all good and done. Although Kiebasy does have the advantage here, brings out a Genevieve turn early with the Medallion of Bravery, or Medal of Bravery. Of course, Ice Drake taking another swing at the castle, dealing 4 damage thanks to the Temple of the 5 Gods. Meanwhile, phatti going to go ahead and play the Swordsman. That's kind of the ideal play he's got to look for right now. Of course, it looks like he's going to get rid of the Ice Drake, plus Genevieve's Resolve. Doesn't kill Genevieve, considering that he's got that Resolve. But will Kiebasy make the trade, or will he go for more castle damage, is the question. Armory. He will go for the trade. Alright, interesting there. He didn't really need the armor to do that, but that's fine. Meanwhile, armor going down on Phatti's end, of course, make that 2. Meanwhile, a 3/3 rat comes down the board now. How you going, buddy? Oh, excuse me. Meanwhile, Dragon Search from the Kiebasypower. Of course, Fire Drake in hand, but Pegacorn with the card to come out. Brilliant way to hold off on these temple plays, although Freezing Pillar going to intercept that Pegacorn in its tracks and do a good job in doing so, considering he's going to freeze that off, and Ice Drake comes out to potentially kill off that Pegacorn for next turn, so kind of heads up plays there. Fire Drake, though, will get rid of the rat, plus kill off the freezing pillar. Not enough to kill the rat, though, and of course, a little retaliation lightning there, but Green Drake going to go ahead, finish off that bottom rat, although it will weaken Fire Drake further, and of course, put Green Drake in a range for destruction, if you will. Swordsman, though, coming out from Phatti will take out the Fire Drake and Pegacorn and deal damage to that Green Drake, ultimately killing it. Meanwhile, Ice Drake and Rat move up in such a way that the lightning can't affect them. So that was a pretty good play for Phatti. Wouldn't have recommended the Swordsman early on, but that's okay. We see Knight of Flowers trading with the Swordsman, of course leaving Kiebasypower with not a lot to work with. Genevieve comes out, of course killing off the Ice Drake, of course not dealing any resolve damage either, which is going to be really good. Although I don't think he's going to have enough to survive a Rat hit. Yeah, because the Rat gets rid of the resolve, and then the lightning comes in and takes away that final point of health. Meanwhile, Phatti moving in with more blacksmiths, making those rats ever so stronger. Kiebasypower responds to the lumberjack. Not a whole lot he can do here, but he will take down one of those rats to get some draw going for himself. From that draw, it looks like he pulls Ice Drake, so not bad, plus Armory, so he's really trying to hold on here. And both are nearly out of cards at this point as well. We'll see Lich come down, freeze that Ice Drake to kill, or at least to make killing off that rat, or killing off the Ice Drake easier. Bleh, I don't know what I'm talking about. And Banshee moves up as well, so everything looking to kind of hit the hit face here. And if Kiebasypower doesn't get anything on this board, that will be the game for or at least for Phatti, and of course coming back from a great 7-17 if he can get the win here, which looks like he is going to be able to do. So beautifully done there by Phatti, and a great sort of comeback, a little comeback story to end off for our match number 3. Yep, he'll do that final bit of damage. Yep, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for this edition of TV Commentary. So let's go ahead and close out this amazing episode of some great gameplay. With that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode of TV Commentary. Let me know what you guys thought of it by leaving your comments down in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed, be sure to give it a like, share with your friends, and of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Support the channel by clicking that subscribe button at no additional cost to you. And again, hopefully you guys can stick with me for a bit longer here as we go through a lot of the TV commentaries. Again, hopefully some more different content will be coming up quite shortly. So, with that being said, it's going to be it for me for now. So, till next time, guys, stay gaming.